लोकशङ्करम् अपार करुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरेन्द्रगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम् सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. Even today, we are fortunate enough to have the padukas of all the three Periyavas, Mahaperiyava, Sri Jayendra Saraswati Periyava, and Sri Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal Periyava at our house. So I just wanted to show you that. That's why the video is on. At the end of the class, I'll show all the padukas as well. So coming back to Lalita Sahasranama, we are seeing shloka number 56. Mahatantra, Mahamantra, Mahayantra, Mahasana, Mahayaga Kramarajya, Mahabhairava Pujita. அப்படிங்கிற நாம பார்த்துருக்கோம். Mahayaga Kramarajya, Mahayaga Krama Aradhya. Aradhya, the one who is worshipped by Aradhya, worshipped through the process called as Mahayaga Krama. So I said in the last class that this Mahayaga Krama can be divided into two types. There are two types of Mahayaga Krama. The first Mahayaga Krama is that of Bahiryaga. In Sri Vidya, there are two modes of worships are prescribed for sadhakas. For any sadhaka, two modes of worship are prescribed. One is external worship called as Bahiryaga. What is external worship? Having a Sri Chakram, installing a Sri Chakram, doing puja for Sri Chakra, doing the Navavarana puja for Sri Chakra, doing Patra Sadhanam, doing all the, Visheshargya and Samanargya Pratishthai, Visheshargya Pratishthai, Patra Sadhanam, and then worshipping all the Ambal in detail outside. It's called as Mahayaga Krama. I said in the last class, there is also a story associated with this Mahayaga Krama. We will see that in this class. There is the story is we will see associated with the Nama Mahachatushashtikoti Yogini Ganasevita. While seeing that Nama, we will see the story. So that is one type of Mahayaga Krama, doing external worship. The second type of Mahayaga Krama is doing an internal worship. What is that internal worship? There is an Upanishad called as Bhavana Upanishad. So all these we have seen in the last class. So I'm just giving you a brief recap. There is an Upanishad called as Bhavana Upanishad. And the Bhavana Upanishad says that our body itself is a Sri Chakra. Our body itself is a Sri Chakra. And our Atma is nothing but Ambal. Arunam Karuna Tarangitakshi Dhrutapashankusha Pushpabana Chapam Animadi Biravratam Aham Yitteva Vibhavaye Bhavani. Even in the Dhyana Shloka, we say Aham Yitteva Vibhavaye. Hey Amba, I worship you not as an external object, but you are nothing but my own self. Aham Yitteva Vibhavaye Bhavani. Adhe madridha. So the Bhavana Upanishad Prayoga, Bhaskara Raya has written an elaborate Prayoga Paddhati. Bhavana Upanishad is a theoretical text. There has to be a practice manual, right? So Bhaskara Raya has written a practice manual for Bhavana Upanishad, which he refers to in his Lalita Sahasranama Bhashya as well. So that type of external worship, that type of internal worship is also called as Mahayaga Krama. So Mahayaga Kramaradhya, the one who is being worshipped both internally and externally. Mahayaga Kramaradhya and Mahabhairava Pujita. This Nama also has got multiple meanings. The first meaning, we take the literal meaning, Mahabhairava Pujita, that Ambal is being worshipped by Mahabhairava. There are several Bhairavas. Even in the last Arya Dushati class, we saw there is a Bhairava called as Martanda Bhairava. Surya Narayana is called as Martanda Bhairava in Shakta. Surya Narayana Swami is called as Martanda Bhairava in Shakta. So there are several Bhairavas, and Ambal is worshipped by all the Mahabhairavas. Mahabhairava Pujita. That is the first meaning. Second meaning is during the Chidagnikunda. In Chidagnikunda, we saw before, Bandasura Avirbhavam happened. Bandasura Utpatti has happened, and all the Devas, they went to Parameshwara and they wanted Ambal to be manifested. And they made an elaborate Agni Kunda called as Chidagni Kunda. And in that Chidagni Kunda, Parameshwara himself sat as a Ritvig. Normally, when we do Homa, we don't do Homa directly. We will have an Vadhyar. We will have a Brihaspati. And only that Vadhyar will do Homa behalf of us. Or even if we are doing directly Homa, that Vadhyar will tell us what to do, how to do Homa. Even if you are a Ganapadigal, even if you have done several Somayaga, in our Sanatana Dharma, we always don't do any puja or any homa by ourselves. We always will have a Vadhyar to instruct us how to do, even if we know how to do. And like that, Parameshwara himself officiated. He was the officiating priest in Chidagni Kunda, where Ambal Avirbhavam happened. And at that time, Parameshwara was called as Mahabhairava. And this Nama is Mahabhairava Pujita. Even during Chidagni Kunda time, even at Chidagni Kunda, since Parameshwara did puja for Ambal, Ambal is called as Mahabhairava Pujita. But this Nama has also to be joined with the previous Nama. I said Lalita Sahasranama, each and every Nama will have different layers of meaning. Why that individual Nama, if we take it as individually, it will convey a certain meaning. But the same Nama, if we see what is the Nama before, what is the Nama after, the Nama has capacities to convey another meaning as well. So this Mahabhairava Pujita, if taken together with the previous Nama, what is the previous Nama? Mahayaga Kramaradhya. And if we taken this Nama along with the previous Nama, the meaning that we can get is whoever does the Mahayaga Prayoga, whoever worships Ambal with the Mahayaga procedure, Ambal will make them a Mahabhairava. Mahayaga Kramaradhya. Kramaradhya, it is the mode of worship. Mahabhairava Pujita, it is the person who worships Ambal. The first Nama tells the mode of worship. Mahayaga Kramaradhya is the mode. And the second Nama, Mahabhairava Pujita, is the Phalan. Whoever worships Ambal through Mahayaga, either through Antaryaga or through Bahiryaga, Ambal will make them Mahabhairava. That person who has worshipped Ambal through Mahayaga is called as Mahabhairava. Just like how we say a person who has done a Vajapeya Yaga is called as a Vajapeya Yaji. The person who has done Vajapeya Yaga is called as Vajapeya Yaji. The one who has done a Soma Yaga is called as a Somayaji. The one who is doing Agnihotra, he is called as an Ahita Agni. In the same way, Bhairava is a technical term for those people who are involved in the Sri Vidya mode of worship. Mahayaga Kramaradhya, Mahabhairava Pujita. The next Nama, Maheshwara Mahakalpa Mahatandava Sakshini. Maheshwara Mahakalpa Mahatandava Sakshini. During the Urikala, during the Pralaya time, Parameshwara is doing a huge dance. Parameshwara is doing a Tandava. Whenever a female deity dances, that is called as a Lasya. Whenever a female deity dances, that is called as Lasya. Whenever a male deity dances, that is called as Tandava. So Parameshwara, whatever he does, it is called as Tandava. So Maheshwara, Mahakalpa, Mahatandava. What is happening during Mahakalpa? Kalpa means Pralaya here. During the Mahapralaya Kala, everything in this Srishti, everything in this universe is dissolved into Parameshwara. Everything in this Srishti gets dissolved into Parameshwara himself. And Parameshwara, having absorbed all the Srishti, all the creation onto himself, he does a Natana, he does a Tandava, and that Tandava is called as Mahatandava. Maheshwara, Mahakalpa, Mahatandava Sakshi. So, Mahatandava is the dance done by Maheshwara during Mahakalpa. It has to be understood like that. Mahatandava is the dance, and that dance is done by who? That dance is done by Maheshwara. When? During Mahakalpa. Mahakalpa means during the Pralayakala. And Ambal is Sakshi for that dance. Ambal is Sakshi means what? Ambal witnesses that dance done by Maheshwara during Mahapralaya Kala. Means what? Everything else in this universe gets absorbed onto Parameshwara except for Ambal. Ambal never dissolves. Ambal, for Ambal, there is never Nasha. Everything else gets absorbed onto Parameshwara, but only Ambal is there during the Mahapralaya Kala. Parameshwara is there and Ambal is there. When we see the description of Mahapralaya, our Shastra says even the concept of space, even the concept of time gets absorbed onto Parameshwara. Normally, even in classical physics and all, we don't think of space and time as a created entity. They always exist. Only with the advent of relativity and only with the advent of quantum mechanics, people have changed their thought about space and time. Einstein gave space-time as a separate dimension. Previously, people only thought there were three dimensions of space. But Einstein came and he said, okay, space and time are inseparable. There is a fourth dimension called as time. So space and time has to be taken together, says Einstein. But our Shastra has even derived the term space-time long before. Kala Desha Parichinna, Desha Kala Parichinna. There is a Nama in Lalita Sahasranama itself. Desha Kala Aparichinna. Desha means space. Kala means time. Desha Kala Parichinna. Aparichinna means unlimited by. The person who is not limited by space time is called as Desha Kala Parichinna. Even the term is there in our Shastra. Desha Kala, space and time. So our Shastra says during the Mahapralaya Kala, even the space-time gets absorbed onto Parameshwara. If space-time gets absorbed onto Parameshwara, where does he do the dance? And how he does the dance? Because dance involves time. It involves Tala. Tala involves Rhythm. Rhythm involves time. And if you want to dance, there has to be some substratum onto which you dance. So there is a concept of space as well. But Parameshwara does this beautiful dance beyond all the concept of space and time. And Ambal is the only Sakshi for that. Maheshwara Mahakalpa Mahatandava. Why? Because Ambal is Mahakamesha Mahishi. Mahakamesha Mahishi. Kameshwara. Kamesha. It is the name for Parameshwara. Mahakamesha. It is again another Maha is that epithet. Mahakamesha is name for Parameshwara. Mahishi means queen. Ambal is Parameshwara's queen. Ambal is Parameshwara's Ahankara. In Saundarya Lahari, Acharya says Ambal is the Ahankara of Parameshwara. Ambal is that principle because of which Parameshwara knows that he is Parameshwara. So if Ambal is that superior, why cannot she do the witness of Maheshwara Mahakalpa Mahatandava. So Mahakamesha Manshi, the queen of Parameshwara, queen rules even over the king. Queen rules over the king, Mahakamesha Mahishi. Then Maha Tripura Sundari. Sundari, most beautiful. Tripura, there are lots of meaning for this Nama. We will see another dimension of this Nama when we see Vishwarupa Jagarani, Swapanti Taijasatmika, Supta Pragyatmika. There we will come back to this Nama. There we will see another dimension of this Nama. But for now, if we want to see this Nama, we will see such that Maha Tripura Sundari. Tripura, there are three lokas, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Ambal is the most charming in all the three lokas, Maha Tripura Sundari. Again, this Nama does not end here. We will see more meanings of this Nama when we see the Vishwarupa Jagarani Namas. Moving on to the next shloka. Chatushashti Upacharadya, Chatushashti Kalamayi, Maha Chatushashti Koti Yogini Ganasevita. Chatushashti Upacharadya. Upachara, we all know. If somebody comes to our house, we do, okay, please have a seat. Okay, what do you want to drink? Do you want to drink milk or do you want to drink buttermilk? Okay, have some food. Please make yourself at home. All of these things we say, right? That is called as upachara. Chatushashti Upacharadhya. Upachara adhya means Ambal is being worshipped with these upacharas. How many upacharas? Chatushashti Upacharaha. Chatuhu means 4. Sashti means 60. Chatushashti means 64 upacharas. Normally, we know Shodashopachara Puja. For Ganesha Puja, even for Navaratri Puja, whatever puja that we do an Shodashopachara Puja. 16 upacharas will be there. Dhyanam, Avahanam, Simhasanam, Padhyam, Argyam, Achamaniyam, Snanam, and then Upavitam, Vastrayugmam, Abharanam, Dupam, Deepam, Nevedhyam, Karpuraharati, Pratakshinam, Namaskaram, Archana. We will do all these things as Shodasha Upachara Puja, 16 Upachara Pujas. There is also 5 Upacharas are there. That is called as Panchopachara Puja. 5 Upacharas are also there. If we don't have time to do this elaborate 16 Upacharas, Shastra say, hey, at least do these 5 Upacharas. What are those 5 Upacharas? People doing any japam. People who has taken any japam, procedurally, procedure-wise, with a sampradaya with the Guru, they will do something after dhyanam. They will do Lam Prithvyatmane Gandham Samarpayami, Ammakashatmane Pushpais Pujayami, Yam Vaivatmane Dhupamagrapayami, Ram Agnyatmane Deepam Darshayami, Vam Amritatmane Amritam Mahanevedyam Nivedayami, Gandham, Dhupam, Deepam, Nevedyam. So these are the 5 upacharas, Panchopachara Puja, Gandham Samarpayami. So all these are called as 5 upacharas, Panchopachara Pujas. There is also Shodashopachara Puja, which we saw. There is 24 upacharas are there. And then there is 36 upacharas are there. According to that deity, according to that puja, the number of upacharas will change. In the same way, for Ambal, there is 64 upacharas. This is one of the part of Mahayaga Krama. People who are doing this Mahayaga Krama, they will do all these 64 upacharas. Adi Shankaracharya has written a beautiful shloka called as Devi Chatushashti Upachara Puja. The shloka name itself is called as Devi Chatushashti Upachara Puja. Ushasi Magata Mangala Gayanai Jatiti Jagrihi Jagrihi Jagrihi. He says, right from waking up Ambat, right from doing Suprabhadam, and then until we make Ambal to sleep in her Paryanka, Adi Shankaracharya has written beautiful shlokas. In that shloka, Kannukku mai idradhu, Kaalukku golusu podradhu, கைக்கு வள போடுறது, இதெல்லாம் அந்த ஸ்லோகத்துல சொல்லியிருப்பார். தேவி சதுஷ்ஷஷ்டிபச்சார பூஜா. பியூட்டிஃபுல் ஸ்லோகா. If you have time, please go through that shloka. It will be very, very beautiful. So Ambal likes to be worshipped with these 64 upachara. Chatushshashti upacharadhya. Next nama Chatushshashti kalamayi. Chatushshashti 64. Kalamayi. There are 64 kalas. ஆயக்கலைகள் 64 அப்படின்னு நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்றோம் இல்லையா? There are 64 scientific faculties. There are 64 art forms, and Ambal is all those 64 art forms. There is no bheda between the 64 art forms and Ambal. Normally, what we think, okay, only doing puja will only by doing puja Ambal can be worshipped. Only by doing this Ambal can be worshipped. Only by chanting Vedas you can do puja. That is not so. Chanting Veda, it is a type of worship that is that is prescribed for one set of people. It is not that everybody has to take to that thing. For others, there are these 64 kalas. Padradhu, singing is there. Singing is one of those 64 kalas. And by singing itself, you can reach Ambal. Just by singing, you can reach Ambal. That is because Ambal is Chatushshashti Kalamayi. Because Ambal is in the form of singing. Ambal is in the form of music. Because music is called as Gandharva Veda. In our dharma, everything we will attach Veda to it. So music itself is called as Gandharva Veda. So by singing, you can worship Ambal. Paka Shastra. You know, ladies will always have that இது ஓகே, நம்மள வந்து சமையல் ரூம்லயே வச்சுடுறா, ஒரு பூஜைனா நம்மள வந்து உட்கார்ந்து பூஜை பண்ண விட மாட்டேங்கிறா. I heard in an upanyasam that Bhagavan thought, Ambal Bhagavan thought, okay, this person, what is this person capable of doing? What is his wife capable of doing? She will make very good food, no doubt. But if I leave this person into the kitchen, his Paka Shastra will not be nice. So whatever we do puja, even if we think that we do snanam, while doing puja, what do we do? Snanam pandrom, archana pandrom, chandanam satram, poo satram. Everything is external. Swami never take anything. Snanam, he does not drink that water. Archana, he does not take that flower. Even if flowers is not there, he will adjust. But Swami has given the most important thing to ladies of the house, which is what? Which is Nevedya, because he eats that Nevedyam. எது இல்லைனாலும் நம்ம இருந்துடலாம், சாப்பாடு நன்னா இல்லைன்னா நம்மளால இருக்க முடியாது. நமக்கு மட்டும் இல்ல, சுவாமிக்கும் அதேதான். அதனாலதான் அதை அவர் எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ்ட கொடுத்திருக்காரு. So ladies gava வந்து experts in Paka Shastra. So please do not feel that okay, I am restricted only to kitchen. No, because that is the most important thing even for Bhagavan. That is why even Paka Shastra is one of the 64 Shastras. Chatushshashti Kala. Paka Shastra is one of the Ayakalaigal 64. And even by doing that, Swami can be reached. Chatushshashti Upacharadhya, Chatushshashti Kalamayi. So 64 Shastras. All the 64 Shastras are one or the other forms of Ambal. Natyam is one of the other forms of Ambal. So everything is one of the other forms of Ambal. So even if you cannot get to sit in a place and do meditation or do puja, yes, you have to come to that level. But even if you cannot do that, Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam says Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. What is Karma Yoga? Arjuna asked Krishna, hey Krishna, what is Karma Yoga, Krishna? I don't understand. Krishna said, hey Arjuna, Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam. If you do whatever you are doing, if you do your duty wholeheartedly, if you do your duty wholeheartedly, that is called as Karma Yoga, says Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because all the things is one or the other forms of Ambal. Chatushshashti Kalamayi. Stanama Maha Chatushshashti Koti Yogini Ganasevita. beautiful nama. Whole sentence is one nama. Maha Chatushashti Koti Yogini Gana Sevita. Ambal is worshipped by Sevita. Worshipped by who? Chatushashti Yogini Gana Sevita. She is worshipped by 64 crores. 64 Chatushashti. Koti crore. 64 crores of yoginis are there. According to Sri Vidya Shastra, there are 64 crores yoginis are there. So there are Ashtamatrukas. There are several meanings for this. One of the meaning I will say is Ashtamatrukas are there. Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Mahendri, Chamunda, Mahalakshmi, Mahalakshmi. So these 8 Matruka Devis are there. And even this 8 Matruka Devis, for each Matruka Devi, there is going to be 8 crores of yogini. So 8 8s are 64. So there are Chatushashti Koti Yogini Gana. Gana means Kutam. A group is called as Gana. So Maha Chatushashti Koti Yogini Gana Sevita. So now we have to come back to the story part, because I said this Nama is related to Mahayaga Kramaratya, right? How? Because we all know that Bhaskaracharya, Bhaskara Raya, there is a Bhaskaracharya well versed in mathematics. This person is not that person. This person, Bhaskara Raya, he is a great Sri Vidyopasaka, and in fact, he has written a lot of Rahasya Granthas regarding Sri Vidya. He has written a Bhashya for Lalita Sahasranama, Saubhagya Bhaskaram. He has written a Bhashya for Durga Saptashati, Setu Bandhanam Nanikaram. Durga Saptashati ki he has written a Bhashyam as well. And he has written a lot of Bhashyam for Sri Vidya Upanishad. You know, Varivarsya Rahasyam is there, Tripura Rahasyam is there. For all this, there is a Bhashyam of Bhaskaracharya. So when he did Mahayaga, when he did the Mahayaga external worship, he went to Kashi to do the Mahayaga procedure. So he went to Kashi. Obviously, Mahayaga, if you are doing this great puja, you cannot do it alone, right? Sorry, Guptavati, somebody has said. Guptavati is the Bhashyam for Durga Saptashati. So when he did Mahayaga Krama in Kashi, there obviously he has invited a lot of people in order to help in the Mahayaga procedure. So the other people, there is some person, he was so he was so jealous of Bhaskara Raya, of his Vidvat. Bhaskara Raya has got so much knowledge, and this other person was so jealous of Bhaskara Raya, and he started questioning Bhaskara Raya. He started asking a lot of questions to Bhaskara Raya, and one of the questions he said was, hey, உனக்கு அம்பாள் அப்படியே பிரத்யக்ஷமா வரான்னு சொல்றிய. You say that you are seeing Ambal, you know everything. Bhaskara Raya does not say that, but other people say, okay, he is a great Mahan, he knows in and out of Sri Vidyopasana. Can you tell me all the names of Chatushashti Koti Yogini? Because Nama is there, Maha Chatushashti Koti Yogini Gana Sevita. 64 crores of yoginis are there. Can you name all of them? Asked this person to Bhaskara Raya. Bhaskara Raya, he started composing a stotra, not only with just the names. Remember, just to chant Lalita Sahasranama, it takes us half an hour. If you want to chant crore, Kodi Nama, it will take more time. And this is not 1 crore, this is 64 crores. Bhaskara Raya remembered, because of Ambal's Karuna, all the namas of the 64 crores of yoginis. Not only just the nama, he also said the Dhyana Shloka. He also started to say the Dhyana Shloka of all the 64 crores yoginis. Okay, this yogini is there, she will be in this color, she will have this and this ayuda on her hand, she will be wearing all these abharanas. Like that, he started to say for all the 64 crores of yoginis, not even 1 minute of thinking. So that much Arul That much Kataksha Bhaskara Raya has got with Ambal. So that is why I wanted to say Mahachatushrishti Koti Yogini Kanasevita. What happened later? And as Bhaskara Raya has started to chant all these namas along with the Dhyana Shloka, there is another Sri Vidyopasana called as Kunkumananda Swamigal. And then he said, okay, if you start 64 crores shlokas, it is not going to end today, tomorrow, next month, it will even take next year. Okay, you don't have to tell that. I mean, he pacified Bhaskara Raya, and even the other person who challenged Bhaskara Raya got convinced, and even he did Sashtanga Namaskara to Bhaskara Raya. So Ambal used this nama Mahachatushrishti Koti Yogini Ganasevita to establish the superiority of Bhaskara Raya among his peers. Next nama Anuvidya, Chandravidya, Chandramandala Madhyaga, Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, Charu Chandra Kaladhara. Manuvidya, Chandravidya. In Lalita Sahasranama itself, all the devotees of Ambal will be named. Rajaraja Archita, Lopamudra Archita, Manuvidya, Chandravidya, Martanda Bhairavaradhya. Ambal is worshipped by this person. Ambal is worshipped by that person. All the names of bhaktas will be there in Lalita Sahasranama. Manuvidya, Ambal is worshipped by Manu. Manu, it is a post. Normally, we think Manu as a person. Manu Dharma Shastra, Manu Nidhi, adallam solrom illaya. Manu Smriti, adallam solrom illaya. We think Manu as a person. Manu is not a person. Manu is a post. Manu, he governs all the Manushya, is called as Manu. Nammallam Manu valiya vandadanalatha நமக்கு பேரே மனுஷ்யர்கள்னு பேரு. நம்மெல்லாம் மனுவினுடைய சந்ததி. சோ நமக்கு பேரு மனுஷ்யர்கள். So Manu Vidya, even that Manu has worshipped Ambal to get that Manu post. Savarni Surya Tanayaha Yomanu Katyateshtamaha அப்படின்னு நம்ம Durga Saptashati starting laye, how did the Savarni Manu came? Abdan Durga Saptashati odeya story. And we saw, okay, Suratha Samadhi is there. Vaishya, he wanted Atma Jnana, and the Kshatriya, he wanted to rule over his own kingdom, where Ambal say, hey, your kingdom is so small to me, I will give you the whole Srishti as your kingdom. So Ambal has made that Kshatriya as a next Manu. So Savarnika Manu is there. Vaivasvata Manu is there. We are in Vaivasvata Manu. Vaivasvata Manvantare Ashtavimshatitame Kaliyuge. So we are now in Vaivasvata Manu. Like that, there are 14 Manus are there. Sankalpam solrache, we will tell the names of all the 14 Manus. So we are now in Vaivasvata Manu. Even Manu has worshipped Ambal with his own mantra. Manu Vidya. So the technical term here, the Samanya Artham is she is worshipped by Manu. That is the Samanya Artha. But the technical meaning here, because it is said Vidya, Manu Vidya is there, right? So each and every worshipper of Ambal, they are also a Rishi for a mantra. They are also a Rishi for a variant of Panchadasakshari mantra. I'm saying Panchadasakshari mantra, 15-lettered mantra. It is the most important mantra in Sri Vidya. We have previously seen that. Even we will see that because Ambal is in the form of Panchadasakshari mantra. Mula mantra atmika, mula kuta tre kalebaran solron. And there are many variations of this Panchadasakshari mantra. And each of the worshippers of Ambal, they have authored each mantra. And that mantra is called as Vidya. So Manu Vidya is there. Manu, he has worshipped Ambal with his own version of Panchadasakshari mantra. Meaning what? He is a Rishi. He has discovered that Panchadasakshari mantra and he has worshipped, he has given out to his devotees, to Ambal's devotees. So Manu Vidya, she is worshipped by Manu. Next is Chandra Vidya. She is also worshipped by Moon. Chandra, Moon. Chandra Vidya, she is also worshipped by Moon. Chandra, is Manaskaraka. Chandra, he rules over mind. Even in the last Arya Drishti class, we saw எப்படி லூனாட்டிக்னு பேர் வந்தது அப்படின்னு மகாபெரிவா. I remember மகாபெரிவா telling that in தெய்வத்தின் குரல். We say lunatic அப்படிங்கிறோம் இல்லையா? How does this name lunatic come around? Because people have observed that people have some mental disturbance during the Amavasya and Paurnami day, during the full moon and new moon day. That is why they are called as lunatic. So Chandra Vidya, because Chandra rules over the mind, that is why people who have mental disturbances during those days were called as lunatics. Now the meaning has changed over time, but that was the origin of the word lunatic. And Ambal, if we worship Ambal, she will remove all the manaklesham, because she is the ruler of Chandra. நம்ம சொல்றோம் சந்திராஷ்டமம் எல்லாம் வருது, ரொம்ப பாத்திரமா இருக்கணும், சந்திராஷ்டமத்தை அதை பண்ணப்படாது இதை பண்ணப்படாதுன்னு we say, right? But if we worship Ambal, all those doshas because of Chandra will go away and you will get peace in your mind, because Chandra himself is an worshipper of Ambal. Chandra Vidya. Next nama Chandra Mandala Madhyaga. There is a special prayogam in Lalita Sahasranama that comes in the Phalashruti as well. What is that prayogam? I will give just a peep into that prayogam. During Paurnami day, incidentally, today is Chaturdashi, today night Paurnami comes in the US. During full moon day, you have to look at that full moon and you have to meditate Ambal on that full moon. You have to look at that full moon. You have to meditate Ambal on that full moon. You have to do Pancha Upachara Puja to the Ambal in that moon. Ella manasikama. No need for any dravya. Everything manasikam. Everything with your heart you have to do. And you have to chant Lalita Sahasranama, meditating upon Ambal as in Chandra Mandala Madhyaga. If we do that, it has got many benefits, which will be outlined in the Phalashruti of Lalita Sahasranama. So, Chandra Mandala Madhyaga. I just said that because today is Paurnami day. When today is Chaturdashi and today night Paurnami comes. So, Chandra Mandala Madhyaga. Ambal is present in full moon. Ambal is present in the lunar orb. Chandra Mandala Madhyaka. Charu Rupa. Charu Hasa. Charu Chandra Kaladara. Charu means very good, beautiful, Alagiya. Charu Rupa. Ambal is the most beautiful entity. Nama solrom Tripura Sundari, the most beautiful in all the three lokas. Charu Rupa. Again, we have to connect all these namas to the previous nama. Chandra Mandala Madhyaga. When you are doing meditation of Ambal in Chandra Mandala, you have to meditate Ambal as Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, Charu Chandra Kaladhara. Charu Rupa, the most beautiful Ambal we have to meditate upon. Not as Ambal with Krodha Swarupa, not as Ambal with all the Ugra Swarupa, but so calm and so beautiful. Charu Rupa. Next nama Charu Hasa. Has means to laugh. Ambal will having Mandasmita. Ambal will be smiling. Mukha Panchashati, there is a Shatakam. Mukha Shankarendra Saraswati. He is a Shankaracharya in Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. He has written 100 shlokas just on Ambal's smile. How can somebody write 100 shlokas on Ambal's smile? He has written it. And if you have time, please go through that shloka as well. Mahaperiyava says, Uttamamana Stutigal Moondru. Devathin Kural, Mahaperiyava says, there are 3 stutis for Ambal, which is so good, which is so auspicious. One is Arya Dushati, written by Durvasa Maharshi. The second is Saundarya Lahari, written by Adi Shankaracharya. The third is Mukha Panchashati, written by Mukha Shankarendra Saraswati Swamigal. So all these 3 shlokas are so auspicious for Ambal, says Mahaperiyava in his Devathin Kural. And in Mukha Panchashati, there is 100 shlokas just for the smile of Ambal. How beautiful is Ambal's smile? Charu Hasa. So Ambal has got beautiful form. Charu Rupa. Ambal has got beautiful smile. Charu Hasa. Charu Chandra Kaladhara. Ambal is also wearing Chandra Kala. Ambal is also wearing moon, crescent moon on her head. Charu Chandra Kaladhara. So these three namas individually they tell different aspects of Ambal. But when we join these three namas to the previous nama, which is Chandramandala Madhyaga, it also reveals how to meditate Ambal upon in the Chandramandala. So in the Chandramandala, we have to meditate during Paurnami days. We have to meditate Ambal as Charurupa, beautiful form with a lot of Abharanas. What is there? Nama GRT la poi naga vaanganum nanda kashtam. We are not buying any jewels. Just to imagine Ambal is wearing Vaira Kridam, Diamond Attigai, Diamond Otianam, Diamond Vangi. It does not cost us any money. If we go to GRT, buy all those things, it is going to cost us money. But for meditation, there is no money involved. Edukku kanjadana pattundu nanna meditate pannalame. Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, kovama irukapradhu, nanna smiling face ah irukanum. Charu Chandra Kaladhara, Ambal wearing a Chandra Kala on her head. Charu Rupa, Charu Hasa, Charu Chandra Kaladhara. Charachara Jagannatha, Chakraraja Niketana, Parvati Padmanayana, Padmaraga Samaprabha, Chara Achara Jagannatha. Natha means Talaivi. Natha means master. Jagannatha, she is the master of the whole Jagat. She is the master of the whole Srishti. And that whole Srishti is composed of Chara Prapancha and Achara Prapancha. Chara, Achara, Jagannatha. Chara means to move. Achara, the one does not move. I move. My wife moves. The dog moves. An elephant moves. So all of us are moving because we have some degree of free will. So we can go from one place to another, but a mountain cannot move. This laptop cannot move. This table cannot move. So all these are acharas. Chara mean those things which moves. Achara, those things which cannot move. Ambal is the Natha. Ambal is the queen for both Chara Prapancha and Achara Prapancha. That is why Ambal is called as Charachara Jagannatha. Next is Chakraraja Niketana. Chakraraja, Sri Chakra is called as Chakraraja. Panchadasakshari is called as Mantra Raja. Mantra, Panchadasakshari is the mantra because it is the king of all the mantras, because it can bestow both bhoga and moksha. Panchadasakshari mantra is called as Mantra Raja. Sri Chakra, because it can bestow both, because it can bestow both bhoga and moksha. Sri Chakra is called as Chakra Raja, and Sri Vidya is called as Tantra Raja, because all whatever related to Ambal, they are Rajas, because Ambal is Maharagi. She herself is the queen, right? So everything relating to Ambal is Raja. Chakra Raja Niketana. Niketan means dwelling place. Ambal's dwelling place is Chakrarajam. Ambal's dwelling place is Sri Chakram. We will see elaborately about Sri Chakra in later namas. Later namas will become what is Sri Chakra, what are the 9 avaranas in Sri Chakras, what are the Devi Devatas in Sri Chakra. All these things we will see later, but know that Chakra Raja means Sri Chakra. Chakra Raja Niketana means Ambal has made Sri Chakra as her abode, as her dwelling place. Chakra Raja Niketana. Parvati Padmanayana Padmaraga Samaprabha. Parvati, Ambal, in one of the avataras, she has born as Parvadaraja Kumari. That is why Ambal is called as Parvati, the daughter of Parvada Raja is called as Parvati Padmanayana. And then she has got beautiful eyes. She has got Ambal's eyes is so beautiful. It is as beautiful as a Padma. Padma means lotus. Padmanayana means a lotus-eyed Ambal. This is not just for Upachara, we say. It is said in Vedas themselves. In Chandogya Upanishad, Vedas say how to meditate upon that Brahman. Brahman is Nirguna. So Brahman cannot be meditated upon at all. But for people like you and I, we don't have that capacity to do Atma Dhyana. We don't have capacity to do Brahma Dhyana. So we need some type of an alambana. We need some type of an object to meditate Brahman as. Just like how we have a national flag. What do? We give the same respect to the national flag as we normally give for the whole country. National flag, it is just a piece of cloth. It is not a country. But we will respect the national flag as we normally respect the whole country. In the same way, Shastra has got several alampanams. Shastra has got several alampanams, Pratika and Pratima, where Swami is, that object is not Swami, but we invoke Swami upon that object and then we pray to the Swami through the object. Normally, if we speak with people of other faith, the one of the major criticisms they say, okay, you do idol worship. No, we don't do idol worship. We don't worship mere idols, but we worship the divinity behind that idol. That is exactly why நம்ம வந்து பிள்ளையார் சதுர்த்தி பண்ணிட்டு பிள்ளையாரை போய் கடல்ல கரைக்கிறோம். If we worship that idol, then we will not do that. But because we invoke Mahaganapati on that Pratima, we worship Mahaganapati. We say, okay, please go now, come again next year. And then we, for that object, we take and then we do Visarjanam of the object. So we never worship the object, but we worship the divinity behind the object. In the same way, Vedas and Chandogya Upanishads describes several ways to worship that Brahman. In order for our limited mind to grasp the concept of Brahman, there are several upasana marga prescribed in Vedas. And one of the upasana marga is tasya yatha kapyasam pundarikam eva makshini. It says, okay, imagine that Brahman as having golden hair, as having golden beard, as having golden mustache, as having beautiful eyes, as pundarikam eva makshini. Pundarika means lotus, as having lotus eyes. So Ambal's eyes are as beautiful as lotus. This indicates the Sagunopasana as told in Chandogya Upanishad. Padmanayana, Padmaraga, Samaprabha. Prabha means luster. Padmaraga, Samaprabha. Ambal is as lustrous as Padmaraga. Padmaraga is slight pinkish stone. Ambal is as beautiful, as lustrous as Padmaraga. When we say, please don't ask, okay, Ambal luster is only that of Padmaraga. We have only seen Padmaraga, so we equate Ambal's luster to the most lustrous thing that we know, that is Padmaraga. Ambal's luster is Manovacham Agocharaha, we cannot even compare. But Padmaraga is what we know, so we are comparing Ambal's luster to that of Padmaraga. It is called as Hinopama. Hina Upama. Upama example. Normally example கொடுப்போம் இல்லையா, சந்திரனை போல அவ face இருக்கு அப்படிம்போம். Normally, if you know, even in Kavyas, if the heroine has to be described, they will say, okay, Chandra Samana Vadanam, Chandra Vadanam அப்படிங்கிறோம். Chandran so beautiful. This face is not beautiful. Makeup இல்லைன்னா ஹீரோவால கூட பார்க்க முடியாது. But we will give that example. உவமை, அதுக்கு பேர் தான் உவமை, உபமான்னு பேர் அதுக்கு பேர். So உவமை கொடுக்கிறோம். Normally what we do, When we give the upama, we will compare a lower entity to a higher entity. This face is lower entity. Chandran is a higher entity, unparalleled in beauty. But in order to give a upama, in order to give us an example, we will compare the Talaivi's face. We will compare the heroine's face to that of Chandra. But whatever upama we give to Ambal, everything is called as Hina upama. We say Ambal is Padmaraga Samaprabha. We say Ambal's eyes are as beautiful as lotus. We say Ambal is wearing this thing. We say Ambal's, from Ambal, nice Sugandha comes. All those things are Hina Upama, because a lotus flower will fade away in one day, but Ambal eyes are not going to fade away at all. Ambal is Animishika. Ambal, she will not even blink her eyes, but this lotus is going to fade away. Lotus will only be blossomed when it sees the sun, but Ambal's eyes will be blossoming all the time. So when we compare lotus to Ambal, it is called as Hinopama. When we compare lotus to a normal woman, it is not a Hinopama, it is Utkrishta Upama. But when we compare lotus to Ambal, because Ambal is now the superior entity, lotus is now the inferior entity, that is called as Hina Upama. But what to do? Our minds have only seen lotus. We have never seen Ambal with our eyes. So in order to convey the message, Shastra itself will use. Even in Vedas, there are a lot of Hinopamas. We saw Sasyata Kapyasam Pundarikam Eva Makshini. When we see the Adi Shankara Bhashya, Shankara gives a Hinopama to that phrase. He himself does not give, but he quotes his own Guru Parampara Dravida Acharya. He quotes, and then he says he gives a Hinopama to even to that phrase. Sasyata Pundarikam. Tasyata Kapyasam Pundarikam Eva Makshini. So even here, Padmanayana, Padmaraga Samaprabha, all those things are Hina Upama. Ambal's beauty is unparalleled. But because we have only seen Padma, because we have only seen lotus, and we have only seen the Padmaraga stone, Vagdevis are giving Hinopama here. Parvati, Padmanayana, Padmaraga Samaprabha. Next nama, Panchapreta Sanasina Panchabrahma Swarupini, Chinmayi Paramananda Vijnana Ghanarupini, Dhyana Dhyatru Dhyeya Rupa Dharma Dharma Vivarchita. Beautiful sets of namas, lots of technical aspects of Sri Vidyopasana is going to come from Panchapreta Sanasina. The first nama, Panchapreta Sanasina itself is, it deserves a lot of explanation. All those things we will see in the next class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.